Let's try to decode that with Mr. C.S. Vigneshwar, who is the president of FADA. Very good morning, sir. Thank you so much for your time. First of all, help us understand the trends that are shaping up and specifically the kind of expectations from the month of December itself, because that's the month of the year where all these companies offer a lot of discounts, especially from the passenger vehicle space. And one interesting data is that now even luxury car makers are coming in the list where they're offering almost 10 to 20% of the car prices as in terms of the discounting. So this time, are the discounts even higher on a YOY basis given the kind of slowdown in the passenger vehicle space? And what is the expectation there?
Thank you so much for having FADA at your show. Really appreciate it. Yes, the last month was not a great month in terms of passenger vehicle segment sales. We've been having a degrowth of about 13%. A lot of it also has to do with the fact that we had a extremely good festival season in October. So November was, although we expected it to do well, expectations were not achieved in terms of numbers. But I also have a feeling that quite a few of these customers in November have actually shifted their or postponed their purchasing decision to December, because knowing that in December they would be having quite a strong offers from different companies. Yes, we've been seeing overall that the stock levels are extremely high at about 65 days, which is directly proportional to the discounts being offered, which is perhaps one of the highest the industry has ever seen. Moving to your second part of the question regarding the luxury or the premium segment cars, typically these segments operate in a very different way. I mean, even during the festive season, we didn't see a big uptick in demand. It was quite stable, and that's how the luxury segment operates. It's quite stable. It doesn't really it's not affected by the festival sales. But 2 months where luxury segment sales usually go up would be in December. This is for personal purchase for vehicles, and also in March. This is for corporate buys. So these two months are quite major, and you're seeing one of the reasons why the companies are going quite strong regarding offers during December would be that a lot of luxury segment customers actually wait for December to avail the offers which are being given by OEMs. And here, just to add to what you said, it is not only the companies, the OEMs, which roll out these offers. A lot of these discounts also come from the dealers who also partake in most of these offers.
Very good morning, sir. This is Shailos joining in the conversation. And like you said, that the month of November was not that great or not as much as good as expected. If you look at the inventory levels and if you look at the number of days, I think there was a very mild reduction of about only 10 days in the inventory. How do you see this one actually panning out going ahead? Do you think once the month of December is done, we're through 2024 and we enter a brand new year, do you think the inventory levels will normalize, or this will continue to be a sore point when you talk about the entire auto space?
It has to normalize for the health of the industry. Otherwise, you'll be seeing a lot of disruptions happen there at the dealership sectors, because a lot of dealerships are not doing too well at this point of time due to the high inventory levels, the high discounts. These two means that a lot of cost is being added on to our books. So a lot of OEMs have taken cognizance of it. Even this month, we have seen quite a number of OEMs who have actually started rationalizing their supply. You're right, a reduction of 10 days is hardly anything, considering that we have 65 days of stock. But this would also bound to come back, come down if we have a strong December. The kind of offers which are being given and the kind of pushes is being given by the dealers towards liquidation of the stock from their lots, I think would really have a large impact in terms of bringing down the inventories at dealerships which are already there. But the OEMs also have to work with us so that they reduce their offtakes towards dealerships to bring down stock. Otherwise, it's going to be a bit of an issue.
I also wanted to get in your take and talk a little bit more about the purchasing power of these HNIs, because that really seems to be driving the demand for these luxury car brands who are now looking to even expand to tier 2 and 3 cities. Mercedes India has announced a 150 crore investment. You've got Aston Martin opening new dealerships in South India, for example. So just wanted to understand what kind of penetration we're seeing in some of these tier 2 and 3 cities and how you see that really growing for the luxury car makers.
As we are having a look at our figures, we are seeing that more and more the tier 2, the tier 3, and also the rural India start contributing towards the economy. And it is even more pertinent to see how they are contributing in car sales. Right now, to an extent, you can say that the urban markets are being saturated in terms of opportunity, but these opportunities lie also very strongly in the other parts of India, apart from the main urban centers. One of the reasons why all manufacturers are actually heading towards the tier 2, tier 3 cities in the luxury segment is also to make sure and give assurance to the customer regarding the service facilities, which are becoming extremely important in the purchasing decision of a customer.
Right, but now shifting focus to some of the other segments then, and just wanted to understand your take or your expectation from the tractor division, because the fundamentals or the data set that actually supports the tractor sales on ground is being seen to be building on the positive side. But if we talk about the cyclical recovery, some of the experts do believe that that's expected to kick in this particular segment. So overall, do you believe that in 2025 that could be one of the key sectors to outperform?
Whilst we are looking at the tractor sector this year, it's not done great. But last month, the growth has been nearly 30%. This points to a great rural story in terms of the rural economy actually being a driving force right now. More importantly, we are also seeing the rub-off effect on the two-wheeler segment, because last month the two-wheeler segment reached its highest amount of vehicles ever sold in a month in India, about 26 lakh vehicles, out of which 65% actually has come from rural India, which means the tractor sales has done well, which means there's a lot of economic activity happening there. A lot of the minimum price given towards support price given to certain crops is helping here. And this is also having a rub-off effect in terms of the two-wheeler sales. I'm sure this will also slowly start contributing to passenger vehicle sales. So having talked about the tractor market, hopefully we're going to see a recovery, because the last year and a half has been a little bit dull for the particular segment. With the current economic activity in rural India, we hope this continues for a longer period of time.
Hoping that the health of the auto sector actually only sees a brighter and a better 2025. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us on the show to talk about the health of the sector, especially talking about the luxury car segment, where we are actually seeing huge discounts. And we are of the view that it's usually December where you have higher discounts when you have a lot of individual buyers coming in, and March is the time when you see a huge buying in the luxury car segment. Thank you so much, Mr. Vigneshwar, for joining us on the show to share your views on that particular front.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.